Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Lexie and today's video is going to be a kind of a smallish book haul. I've got some decent books, but I'm sure I can try to breeze through them really quickly. So yeah, I'm really excited. These are some books that I've picked up that I'm excited to read, excited to jump into, so I'm hoping that sharing them with you, maybe you'll find some recommendations or some books that you may want to try to read. So we're just gonna jump right on into this because I tend to talk a lot and I love talking about books, so we're just gonna jump in and try to get through these. So these are kind of a mix from, I think I've bought these at Barnes & Noble. I've got my Book of the Month Club. I think I got some from Costco, and then some I picked up in a Target sale. They had like a certain percentage off of paperbacks, and so I kind of stocked up. So these are in no order, no order of the way I'm going to read them, what I'm excited for, nothing. Just kind of grabbing from my pile as I go. So the first one that I picked up, I saw this, and I know this is probably going to sound crazy when I tell you the story, but I saw this on, it's like Book Talk or something, they have a section in Barnes & Noble where inspired by like Book Talk or something, I don't know. I think that's what the section it was from. And it's called The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. Now, what the crazy thing is that Amber Smith is my aunt. She's my aunt on my dad's side. And I just, for some reason, I have no clue why I didn't have these. I just don't remember. Like, I remember her getting them published and all that, and I just, for some reason, I haven't had them. Granted, when she was publishing them, it was in my reading slump. I had a really big reading slump after having my son. Like, I didn't really read for like 3 years. 3 years. These were published then, and I just hadn't picked them up, and then I was in the reading slump for so long that I kind of just, it just escaped my mind, and then I saw it and I was like, oh, okay. And then I read the back of it and I was like, why haven't I got these before? Like, why haven't I picked this up? Mind you, my aunt and I have not really been close. She's, in the last couple years, has become a greater part of my family. My father and I were not in contact with that part of the family for quite a while. Well, most of my life, I want to say, until after I became legally an adult. So we had never really been close, and so we've been getting closer over the years, and so yeah, I just don't want it to feel like, oh, well, she's ignoring her aunt's book. I don't know. It's just it's just kind of a weird situation, and I guess I don't know. I was excited to pick it up. So the back, this one sounds really good. So pretty much, it follows a girl named Eden, and she's starting high school, but her brother's best friend rapes her in freshman year. So this book kind of follows her through high school and going through that traumatic experience and all that stuff, and it's told in 4 different parts. It goes from her freshman to sophomore to junior to senior year, and just pretty much follows her going through this traumatic experience and surviving it and all that good stuff. So yeah, I can definitely say there's going to be some triggers in this book, so beware, but I'm pretty excited for it. Not only is it amazing that my aunt wrote this, and this isn't her only book, there's multiple, so I need to pick up the other ones. I can borrow them from my dad and my stepmom, but I want my own copies, so I won't be borrowing them. I will be picking them up, but I think it's just really cool. I'm just kind of sitting here like, I see my aunt's name on here, and she's a New York Times bestseller, and I think that's amazing. I know that we have not really been close and that we're starting to get closer, but I think it's pretty cool to see that. So I'm very excited for her, excited to give this book a read. So yeah. Okay, now we have Love and Luck by Jenna Evans Welch, which I'm so excited. I have had, I just finished Love and Gelato. Not going to talk about that because I'm going to kind of do a wrap up of what I read in March, which I finished that. Loved it, by the way. I'm not going to get into detail, but I also have Love and Olives. I just didn't have the middle book, Love and Luck, and I love Love and Gelato. ate it up. That's all I'm gonna say. So I had to pick this one up because I want to read it, because it came out. It's Love and Gelato, Love and Luck, and then Love and Olives. So I'm pretty excited. This one follows Addie, which I believe is Lena's from the first Love and Gelato, her best friend. So this follows her vacation in Ireland. If you have not read Jenna Evans Welch, Love and Gelato was my first book from her, but I love her writing. These books just suck you in. You want to read more and more and more. It follows teenagers, so you get the teenage angst, but you know, the typical teenage problems, but at the same time you get the beauty of traveling with them into these different places, because the way she explains everything from the locations that they visit, it feels like you're there, and I think that's really cool. Like Love and Gelato is in Tuscany. Granted, I never visited Tuscany. I visited some different places in Italy. I went to Rome, Capri, Pompeii, and some other cities. I did not go to Tuscany, but it was kind of it was cool to be able to kind of flash back and see what memories it brings up from my travels. I've never been to Ireland, but Love and Olives is based in Santorini, which I have been, which was amazing. So I'm super excited to jump into that one because, I don't know, just see what memories come from that as well. But this follows Lena. I'm excited to jump into Ireland and see what travels and what things Lena gets into, so I'm excited for that one. Okay, now this one I think I'm a little late in the game for, but it's all over the internet and I kind of want to jump in. I am trying fantasy and all that good stuff, so I did pick up a copy of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I did pick this book up. I'm going to start this series. I have a feeling I'm going to start it and then get sucked in, and I'm going to end up buying all the other ones and going from there, but I'm really excited. I'm really not going to go into detail about this book because it's everywhere, but pretty excited to give this a try. I'm going to jump in and I don't know. I'm excited. It has some really great reviews. So many people love it, so I'm excited to give it a shot. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of stick with the theme of the paperbacks because these are my last ones. These kind of go hand in hand. I did mention I have the first Bridgerton book. That'll be in an upcoming video as well. But I picked up the rest of the Bridgerton series because I like the fact that it's going to be on Netflix, and whether all of the books are going to be part of the series or not, I picked them up because I got a really good deal. Target, I think it was 15% off of their paperbacks, so I literally got, I think the most expensive one I paid was like $5 and the most of them were $3, so I was like, it probably doesn't hurt. So I did pick up Julia Quinn, The Viscount Who Loved Me. The only problem with these books are they're these kind of like tiny little books, so they're not my favorite kind of book because they are so small. But again, they were like $3, so who cares? So yes, The Viscount Who Loved Me, which I think this is the one that Bridgerton Season 2 on Netflix is gonna follow. So I'm excited for that. The only one I couldn't get my hands on, I think, was the third one. So The Viscount Who Loves Me, and these are not in order. I don't know the order. I'll figure it out once I start reading them. This is On the Way to the Wedding, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. We have To Sir Philip with Love, When He Was Wicked, and It's in His Kiss. So I'm pretty excited for all of these. I'm not going to go into detail. I did enjoy the first Bridgerton book, so The Duke and I. I'll go into detail more in an upcoming video. So I was like, well, might as well try it. I'm kind of one that likes to read an entire series, especially if there's going to be possibly a TV show or a movie about it. So the fact that Bridgerton has been so successful and they've already been, you know, guaranteed a season 2, who's to say that they're not going to have a season 3? So I was like, well, I might as well pick them up and read them, and I'm probably going, the farther I get into the series, I figured I'm going to get invested with the characters, so I'm going to want to read them anyway, so I just picked them up for a really good deal. So now we're going to jump into my hardcovers, and I have 3 from my book of the month for this past month, which was This is my March book box. So the first one is In a Book Club Far Away by Tiff Marcello. First of all, what sold me on this book was the cover. I think this is so pretty. You get the stack of books, and then like on the back you have some pretty flowers. So this one follows a group of army wives that were really, really close friends. They had started a book club, and they were super close friends. Well, something happens. I don't know exactly what. Obviously, I haven't read it yet. Something happens and some kind of betrayal or something, and they are no longer friends. Well, one friend ends up having something happen. Again, I don't know. But something happens, and the other two have to come to her aid, and they pretty much are forced to look into their friendship and see what's happening and what happened, if they could move forward, what were the secrets, what are the betrayals. So it's them looking at their friendship and trying to move past it and past all the problems and hopefully get to a better friendship, or at least speaking terms at this point. So I thought this sounded pretty good, plus it's about a book club. I'm hoping we get some book club in there. I don't know, I like books about that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Just the cover's so pretty. Yeah, I love it. So we're hopefully going to enjoy this one. Okay, this one I think was my favorite choice from Book of the Month this month. I'm really excited to read this. I'm hoping I'm gonna like this a little bit more than the last thriller or suspense one. Girl A by Abigail Dean. Again, that'll be in the next video or one of my next videos. But yeah, I'll go into detail. I wasn't too fond of that, so I'm hoping I'll like this one better. This is Too Good to Be True by Carola Lovering. So I'm really excited about this. So it says 1 love story, 2 marriages, 3 versions of the truth. So this follows Sky Starling, who has a boyfriend named Burke Michaels. He proposes and she's really excited, but Burke, he is a little bit older and he is a little bit more mature, and it turns out Burke isn't who he is said to be, and he pretty much is already married and is using Sky. We don't know why, we don't know how or whatever. So he is using Sky, but Sky doesn't know it. And then it flashes back to 30 years earlier. A 17-year-old named Heather is determined to end things with Burke, which at that point he was a local bad boy, which I'm assuming if he's married and proposed to somebody else, he's still a bad boy. But she tries to make her life better by moving to New York City. But does Burke find a way into her future? So we're going to be following 2 marriages and 3 versions of the truth. So I'm pretty excited to see. I know we're going to hear from Sky and from, is it Heather, was it? I just read her name. How did I forget it? Heather, yes. But it'll be interesting if we're going to hear from his wife that he's already married to. I'm not sure, but it's probably going to be Sky, Burke's, and Heather's versions of the truth. But I'm pretty excited about this. This is supposed to be kind of like I think it's classified as either a thriller or suspense, or I don't know. But pretty excited about this. I'm hoping that I'm going to like this one. So, yep, pick that one up. And then this one is not new by any chance. It is new to me. I have heard all about it all over, and I love adult romances, so I thought it was about time to pick it up because I am way late to this game and I have to pick up all the other ones. But I did pick up Get a Life, Chloe Brown. So I'm really excited about this one. This book, if you live under a rock like me and you had never heard of it, pretty much follows Chloe. She almost died due to some kind of illness, and she ends up coming out of it alive. So she pretty much tells herself, hey, you need a good life because you've been living at death's door for a while and we need to move on. So you need to, I think she wants to date a bad boy and all this stuff. So it's pretty much, the premise, it's a romance, but the story behind it, I like the fact that, I think that's cool, that it kind of reminds me of that TV show Life Sentence. Granted, I haven't read the book yet. The one with Lucy Hale, I think it was on like Channel 5 or whatever. But I like the fact, I kind of like those shows where, hey, I have an illness, I'm dying, or I'm almost dead, and I'm going to live my life to the fullest. Because those are some of the best stories to listen to, because they genuinely are invested in those things that they do, and they're really excited. So I'm excited to read this. It has great reviews. I know there's like 3 other books. I think the 4th one just came out. So I'm pretty excited to give Chloe Brown and the other Brown sisters a try. So I did decide to pick this up because I thought I didn't want 3 books from this past month, but I think I made a mistake by not picking up a few more, which I'm probably going to do next month. I think I want The Lost Apothecary and Opal and Nev, or whichever one that was. So I'll probably pick those up later, but Get a Life, Chloe Brown, pretty excited for it. So yeah. Okay, and then this one, I think I picked this one up at Costco. I think I had never heard of it before, but it kind of just jumped at me and I had to pick it up. This is The Sanitarium by Sarah Pierce. I'm really bad at pronouncing names, so I probably just botched that. Pears. Why I said pears, I have no clue. I think it's Pierce. But this is part of Reese's book club, which I love Reese Witherspoon and all of her recommendations, so definitely this was a must because of that. But this is, right here it says it's an absolutely splendid gothic thriller. So I'm trying to get into a little bit more, and I do love some mysteries and thrillers, stuff like that. So this one follows, who is it? Ellen Warner. Ellen. So this sanitarium, I believe her brother is getting married there. Takes time off from her job as a detective. Yeah. Her brother is celebrate their engagement. So she goes in she visits the sanitarium to visit her estranged brother and celebrate his engagement. And she just feels like something's off there. She doesn't like it. It feels off. And then Lore, which I believe is the fiance, ends up going missing. So it's pretty much yeah, it's pretty much just a thriller. God, I should have read this a little bit better beforehand. But yeah, she has to find Lore, and then it turns out another woman goes missing. So I'm pretty excited for these. I remember growing up as a kid, I was really into these kind of like mystery books. So I'm trying to get more into them. And this one seemed like a really, really good one to try. And I don't know, I'm just really excited because, first of all, this cover is beautiful. Like, it kind of just draws you in. It's like, hey, read me. Read me. But it's beautiful, and I don't know, I'm really excited. This one looks like a really good suspenseful book. It looks like it's a decent length too, 390 pages, so just shy of 400. So yeah, Sanitarium, I think it's going to be a really good kind of like thriller. I'm hoping it's going to be a thriller, because my luck lately has been, oh, it's a thriller, it's suspenseful, and it's really not. It kind of depresses me, because I'm like, I go into a book like, oh, I'm going to get sucked in, I'm going to be scared, or, you know, I'm going to be on edge, I'm going to just want to read and finish it. But I haven't had the luck with those books lately, so I'm hoping this one is one that's actually going to be a little bit suspenseful. So we'll see. But yeah, those are the books that I have got recently. About quite a decent amount. Probably about 15, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 books. So I'm definitely going to keep myself busy. I have about 18 books now on my TBR. So I am pretty excited for that. These are going to be some good books. And yeah, so I hope these help. I'll be coming out with a new video soon about the books that I read in March. Did I enjoy them, what I liked about them, what I didn't. So that'll be coming pretty soon. So yeah, I hope that you guys have a great day. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I'd love if you would subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks.